sit yourself onto your lift and come into a good cross-legged position. Just sit yourself in cross legs and just have a little wriggle about. Make sure that you feel like you're sitting evenly. So focus your attention on levelness at the hips and hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, elevating the heart area upwards and drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Soften your jaw, soften your tongue, soften your throat, and observe your breath. Observe the inhalation and the exhalation, listening to the difference in the sound. Bring your hands into Namaste. Press the palms together, lengthen from your armpits into your elbows, and gently close your eyes. Fill your lungs from the bottom to the top. Again, observing how the sound of the in-breath is different to the sound of the out-breath. Observe how every breath is unique. Every breath is happening now, like every flicker of a flame is unique. With an exhalation, draw your chin down to meet your chest. Lift your chest up to meet your chin. Spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area, and then release your hands. Bring your hands down onto the knees, palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger together with the tip of the thumb, a gesture of wisdom, physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry into our practice as an intention. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open, and then hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest, and then turn to the right side, drawing your abdomen to the right side. So just like the breath, just like the flicker of a flame, the feeling that you're getting right now at this precise moment in time as you move into the pose is unique to this moment in time. So observe it. Allow whatever sensation you have, whether it's resistance or freedom or a combination of the two, allow that to bring your attention directly into the present. Listen to the breath. Just observe how your body responds to the pose. Come back to the center. Observe how your body feels now, because this is the first time it's felt this way, because it's happening now. Turn to the left, and again, just be open to that observation that draws your attention into the immediate present moment. So every moment is unique, even if it's something that feels like it has happened before, it's happening now. And we can do something with now. We can't do anything with the past. We can only do something now to mould the future, but dwelling on the future isn't necessarily particularly healthy. Just sitting in the moment is how we should operate our existence. Come back to the centre, hold on to your, come off your lift, sit back on your heels, and then come into padangusthasana. So allow the shins to make contact with the floor, and lift the chest, come forwards, hinging into the hips. Just using this, although we've done this pose many times, feel how it feels today. Like this is the first time you've done the pose. You've experienced the sensations of the pose. Drawing your seat bones down onto your heels, lengthening from your hips into your armpits, into your elbows and wrists and palms. Just feel the skin in contact with the mat. Feel the extension. Feel where this pose opens up. I often find this pose really nice for my lower back. Kind of opens it up. If that feels bad for your lower back, then have a bolster underneath your chest, or put your head on a forehead, or put your forehead on a block, so you don't come all the way down, but just feel what is happening. Feel what is happening with the breath. Feel what messages the body is sending you. Listen to those messages. Come up onto your knees, turn your toes under. Come up into dog down. Again, just feel how your body responds to the pose. Like colours, like paint dropping into water, like oil spreading into water. Feel how the body responds. Observe how it responded and how it's responding now. Just listen to the pose. Observe it with interest. So bring your former learning of the pose into the pose. So activating where you have learned to activate in the past. So I'm not being lazy, not telling you what to do. I want you to use your physical intelligence and the observationary brain to observe the pose and to activate it. So activate the legs as we normally do. Activate the arms and the spine. Observe how the breath is affected. Step the feet forwards, come up into a standing position, get a couple of blocks for your hands, bring your feet as wide apart to the mat. So feel the edge of the mat, make sure the toes are in line with each other. Feel the edge of the mat, activate your legs as you know to. Activate your legs as I would typically describe. Use the knowledge of the learning of the past to affect the future, affect the present. Elevate up into the heart area, come forwards into Adho Mukha Virasana. Sorry, it's not Adho Mukha Virasana at all, is it? Into half Uttanasana. And just be in the pose. Feel the action of the legs. Feel the nowness of the body sensation. Aim to observe inside. Listen to the breath. Listen to the pose and aim for levelness. Go down lower if you need to. But observe and address imbalance. If you go down lower, go down because you have addressed an imbalance that you've observed. Observe how that deeper extension into the pose changes the pose, changes the physical sensation of the pose. Just stay in full deep awareness of the activation. And aim to make both legs feel like mirror images to each other. Spine to extend evenly. The breath to remain consciously even. Or unconsciously even. Or consciously uneven. Bring your hands into your hips and then come up into a standing position. Just come up into Tadasana. Observe how your body is feeling. Just use the things that you have learned to affect the pose in the present moment. So this is the intellectual body, the back brain, informing and connecting with the physical body. I could easily just give you loads of instructions, but sometimes it's good to just be in the pose and be in observation. So listen to the breath. Activate your pose for evenness. Turn your legs, tuck the tailbone in. Just feel the sensations in the physical body right now. Bring your arms out in towards the chest and then step or jump your feet nice and wide. Turn your left toes in, your right leg and foot all the way out, chest facing the front. And then come down, find the shin, look up Just use those lessons of the past to bring the pose into the present. Activate the things that you have learned. Feel what is happening. Feel where the body is in 3 dimensions. Just bringing us into a state of mind that is only in the present. It's in the nowness of the physical extension. Try not to just focus on the areas of resistance. If there are areas of resistance, then activate the mirror image on the other side. So if it's in the hamstrings on the right leg, activate the hamstrings on the left leg. Reach up, come back to the center, bring the feet around the other way, turn the right toes in, turn the right leg, the left leg all the way out. Activate the legs. Activate the legs so they feel even. You're not just working front leg. This is the front leg, not just front leg centric. Back leg is evenly activated, even if the sensation of the pose isn't even in both legs. Just be in the nowness of the pose. Just observing sensations of the pose as they happen now, and wherever there is resistance, activate the mirror image. Wherever there is resistance, acknowledge that elsewhere there's freedom. Draw your attention evenly throughout those areas of resistance and freedom. And then observe how the initial perception of the resistance changes. Come back to the center. Bring the feet parallel. And then step or jump the feet back together. Come back into tadasana. Just observe how the body is feeling right now. Listen to the breath. So bring the feet hip width apart. We're going to do padangusthasana. So if you know that you can't reach your toes for padangusthasana, then use a belt hooked into the big toes. Like so. But whatever you do, and you come into padangusthasana, you come in with a straight back. So even if you're just here, just stay there. It's better than rounding the back. That's going to hurt your back. Otherwise, you're going to bring your index finger and your thumb. No, that's your index finger and your middle finger. You slot that underneath the big toe, and then you wrap your thumb around the outside of the big toe. Have the feet turning inwards. Just make sure the toes are in line. Have the heels apart. Have your hands on your hips, lift up into the chest. So you can either stay with your hands on your hips or raise your arms up and then hinge at the hips. Keep the head lifted, keep the arms lifted. Reach out. Don't let your arms drop below your spine. Reach into the middle of the room as much as you can. Reaching forwards. And then hook the index finger and the middle finger underneath the big toe and the thumb around the outside of the big toe. hit your legs back, straighten your legs. Again, bring your prior experience of this pose into the present moment. Maybe you haven't done this pose that many times, but you've done similar poses like uttanasana many times. So connect the uttanasana into the pose, connect tadasana into the pose. Project the chin and the chest forwards. Just observe what is happening in the body right now. If there's problems with your back, just stay at the kind of initial stages, using the belt if necessary. Stamp the big toe into the floor, try and rip the big toe out of the floor. And then if you can, if your back can remain straight, going more deeply into the pose, bending your elbows out to the side, drawing the body in between the legs, but work with observation. Work with the nowness of the pose. Try to switch off the ego that wants to just go into the pose as best as it can to do that Instagram pose. That's just external. Just feel it from the inside. Switch off that ego voice and observe. Use the intellectual brain, the intellectual body to inform the pose, to bring the body and the mind into the present moment. Using every breath as the conduit to the present moment. Every physical sensation, whether it's freedom or resistance, into the present moment. And then just bring your hands onto the floor. If you can't reach the floor, bring your hands onto your shins. Just come into half uttanasana, which again is probably the more familiar of the poses. And then bend your knees if you need to, or come into dog down with the legs straight. Have the hands shoulder width apart. Palms pressing into the floor. Step back, have the feet hip width apart. Just adjust for levelness. And just be in your pose, observing it, observing if there is any differences in the sensations of the pose. Whether resistance is different, whether your ability to observe the physical body in the present moment is any different. Just read what the body is telling you. Bringing your former experience of the pose into the present. Activating the things that you have learned about how to activate the legs, how to activate the arms, the palms, the breath. Bring them all into the present. Let the breath be non-resistant. Come down onto your knees. Just look at your hands. Are your hands still in the position that you expected them to be in? I often find that my right hand kind of moves out to the side a little. So there's sometimes when I really try and correct that, I can feel some resistance in my shoulder. So sometimes that resistance in my shoulder makes that hand come out to the side, and it's just done that now. Sit back on your heels, just observe the skin against the mat. Observe the air against the skin. Just listen to the breath. Listen to the inhalation and the exhalation. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then sit yourself onto your seat bones. Sit on a lift if you struggle to sit. If you struggle to lift the chest in seated poses. Otherwise, just roll over and move the buttock flesh out to the side. Just find that levelness of your hips and have the big toes together. Have the belt handy. Have a couple of blocks where you can reach them. So have your hands on to the sides of the hips and then lift up into the chest. Just observe how your body reacts to the pose. Activate your legs like you're in Tadasana. Lift up into the chest and then raise your arms up. Dandasana. Keep the arms activated, keep the legs activated. It's quite easy to activate the arms, isn't it? But to activate the legs, we forget about them. So activate the legs like you're in Tadasana. So if you're not sure what I mean by that, go back to your knowledge of Tadasana, the mountain pose where you're standing with the feet together, lengthening up away from the floor. Can you activate your legs in that pose? What happens to the breath? Does it change through effort? So aim to let the breath be free and soft. Release your arms. Bend your knees and bring the feet in towards the body. Hook the big toes like you hook them for padangusthasana. Index finger and middle finger together. Wrap the thumb around the outside. Just observe where you were initially sitting, whether it's rolling onto the back edge of the seat bones, or can you pull against the big toes and sit on the front edge of the seat bones. Lift the abdomen, lift the chest. Can you bring Tadasana into the chest? So if the chest feels restricted because of the arms, and bend your elbows out to the side a little more. Or you can get the belt, thread the belt underneath the feet so it gives you much more space in the armpit chest, or you can even hold onto the shins. But see if you can find that space in the armpit chest so that the breath can expand. Bring your knowledge of Tadasana into this pose of baddha. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. So from here we're going to come forwards, but we never come forwards with a rounded back. So we always come into the pose. We kind of bring our cow pose into the situation, and then when we come forwards with a straight back. Never try and just get your head down to the floor. That's always going to hurt your back. So we kind of bring that cow pose action into the pose. So then have some blocks in front of you as well. So hold on to the big toes, lift up into the chest. Know whether or not your back or your knees are going to accommodate a forward bend. And if you know that they're not, then just stay at this first stage, rolling onto the front edge of the seat bones, lifting up into the chest. If you're coming forwards, then hinge at the hips. Feel what takes place in the body as you come forward, where there is resistance, and whether that's resistance that is telling you not to do the pose, or whether it's just resistance that helps you move into the pose more deeply. Get the elbows into the inner thighs and encourage those inner thighs out to the side. If you can reach forward. You can bring your hands onto the blocks, staying in padangusthasana with the feet. Just have the blocks on the high end. Keep lifting the chest. We're not trying to bring the head to the floor, we're trying to bring the chest to the floor. So all the time just pressing the fingers onto the blocks and lifting up into the chest. Maintaining tadasana in the chest. Maybe you can go down a little further. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Okay, and then gently come back to the center, just holding on to the big toes again. Just observing how maybe now you can lift even more into the chest. Maybe the back has become more activated. Just observe the nowness of the pose. Just bringing your attention just entirely into the limbs, into the breath, into the energy within the limbs, the energy within the breath. And then just get hold of the knees and straighten out the legs along the floor. Come back into dandasana. Bring your hands to the sides. Observe how your dandasana feels different. You might not necessarily feel better, but just observe how it feels right now. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just observe how the physical body is feeling right now. Keep your right leg where it is and then bend the left knee out to the side. Bring the left foot into the inner thigh. If this knee is kind of high up, then if it's not reaching the floor, then put a block on the outside of the knee, on the head of the knee, just to give it some support. But if the outer calf is pressing into the floor, then that's fine. Make sure that you haven't disturbed the seat bones, that they're still level, and adjust for levelness if you have lost it. Hook the belt around the foot, and then just come into this first stage. So just feel what is happening in 3 dimensions. Feel what's happened with the seat bones. Try and make them even. Turn the chest to face the straight leg. Activate the leg as in Tadasana. So again, I'm giving you minimal instructions, but sometimes those instructions just become white noise, don't they? So just feel the pose for yourself and activate the pose as in the way that you're accustomed when I've been giving you specific instructions. Just feel how the body feels right now. Just cross the belt over and then raise your arms up. Again, if you've got a bad back, don't come forwards with your arms over your head. just go back to the belt and creep the hands close, increasingly towards the foot. Otherwise, we're going to come forwards with a straight back, hinging at the hips, keeping your arms lifted, keeping your head lifted. If you start to drop your arms like this, then that means you're rounding your back. Keep your arms in line with the spine. Keep the head looking forwards. Reach forwards and beyond the foot. And then get hold of the foot or around the foot. Get hold of the opposite hand. And continue to come forwards with a straight back. Bring in that tadasana into that straight leg. Feeling that both hips maintain levelness. Just being in your pose. Not dropping your head, coming forwards with the chest. Let the head be the last thing to drop until the chest is on the leg, then keep the head lifted. So janu sirsasana. Just feel your pose in this present moment. Is the abdomen moving towards the straight leg, or is it just hanging into the ether between the two legs? While you stay in the pose, maintain the observation of the pose. Try to keep your attention in the present moment. And then lift the chest, come back to the center. Just observe the quietness of the brain as you come out of a forward bend, and straighten out the other leg. Just adjust the seat bones so that you're level. And then come back into dandasana. Does your dandasana feel any different? Activate your legs as in tadasana. So that's turning the legs inwards, tightening the kneecaps, getting the backs of the knees down onto the floor. Bring the right leg out to the side this time. Although I might have said right leg last time, but just mirror me. Again, if your knee is high and your leg isn't touching the floor, then just put something underneath the head of the knee so that it's supported. And then come back into dandasana. Obviously, I don't mean that literally, but into that dandasana leg. Lift up into the chest. Just throw the belt around the foot. And then pull against the belt so you can roll onto the front edge of the seat bones. Feel that you can be level on both seat bones rather than just the straight leg seat bone. Activate that straight leg as in tadasana. So you can stay with the belt, or you can just cross it over so that it stays in place, and then raise up. Observe how activating your arms in this way draws your attention away from other parts of the body. So observe that and reactivate other parts of the body. As you come forwards, keep the arms lifted, keep the head lifted. Come forwards, lifting forwards, stretching along the leg, drawing the abdomen across that leg. Reach beyond the foot if you possibly can, and then take hold of the foot or you can get hold of the opposite hand around the foot, do the other way round if you did that last time. So hold on to the other hand and then just feel what the body is doing now. Don't expect this side to feel the same or to be as free as the other side. Just feel where there is resistance. Reactivate your pose. Using your former knowledge of this pose or the former knowledge of dandasana or tadasana. And then gently coming forwards. Listening to what the body is doing right now. So I'm not giving you lots of instructions because I want you to listen to the moment. So the pose never ends. If you bring your head down, then you continue to work into the legs, into the spine, into the chest, into the breath. Okay, then gently come back to the center. Stretch out your legs. And then bring your legs into swastikasana. Just straight forwards, swastikasana. Hold onto your knees and roll onto the front edge of the seat bones, lifting up into the chest, just observing your balance. Just observing if there's balance at the seat bones. And bring tadasana into the chest. Elevating the heart area upwards, just observing your body from the inside. Again, just use learning of previous experiences in this pose to inform the pose. Now use the intellectual body, the back brain, to observe it. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the right side. Drawing your abdomen across, your ribs across. Again, just being in the present moment, observing the present moment, maximizing your pose. But maximizing maybe is too aggressive a word. Just continue to move into the pose with observation. How does it affect the breath? And then come back to the center. Hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest, and then turn to the left. Just be in this moment with this pose. Feel how it feels at this precise moment now. Okay, and then very gently come back to the centre. And then come down onto your back, get a bolster for underneath your hips and come into viparita karanhi. If you don't have a bolster, then you could just have your seat bones on the floor and then bend your knees and stretch your legs up to the ceiling. So just be in this precise moment now, observing the pose, observing that this pose is the same in many ways as dandasana. So it's always bringing the former understanding of the pose into the present. If you want, from here, bring the elbows into the sides of the body, roll up, and then bring yourself into shoulder stand. But only if you feel ready. This is without all of the extra cushioning under the neck, or under the shoulders. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, supporting the back if you come up. If you're in shoulder stand, then bring tadasana into the pose. So come down out of the pose, just slide your hands down your back and then bring yourself back down onto the bolster. So keeping the legs extending. In viparita karanhi, just feel how the body changes as a result of the inversions. Okay, bend your knees, bring your feet back onto the floor, lift the seat bones, roll the bolster away, and then pull your knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just giving your back a very gentle massage. And then get a folded blanket from underneath your head. Just come up onto your elbows, make sure that you're in a good straight line along your mat. Have the bolster from underneath your knees, and then make sure that you're in a good straight line, and then release completely into the floor. Breathing even and deep inhalations and exhalations. Just feel the body right now. Let the arms relax. Let the muscles unhook from the bones. Let the legs relax. Let the body become heavy on the ground. Observe how the body makes contact with the floor. Draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen, down into the legs and into the feet and into the toes and into the chest and into the arms and into the hands, into the fingers, into the fingertips, and all the way up into the top of the head, just distributing that lightness that radiates from the bones into the muscles and the limbs and the organs. Up into the top of the head. Just basking in that feeling of energetic lightness. And then when you're ready to disturb yourself, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. And then bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster. Just have the feet apart and the knees together, just feel your back resting into the floor. And then draw your knees in towards your chest, have a little rock side to side, and then roll over onto your right side. Stay down on your side for a moment, just for a breath or two, just observing how the body feels right now. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. And then bring your hands into Namaste. Draw your breath in through your nose, down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice. Focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Draw your chin forwards and down to meet your chest. Acknowledge the positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. That positive energy and the nowness of that energy. And then release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Just bring the tips of the index finger together with the tips of the thumb, just feeling this pose, this position of the hands as it happens now. That indication of wisdom, physical intelligence, and peacefulness. Just observe that peacefulness, that wisdom, that physical intelligence that you feel right now. And let's carry that into our day. Gently raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel that you have really lifted your energy, brought your attention into the present moment, and you've got lots of good energy to put into your day. So thank you very much for joining.